Mm. What?
What's up, YouTube? This is kind of the first time I'm really just talking and addressing you guys. So, welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the channel, man. You know, we're out in Long Island, and you know, every time I go and I tell somebody that I have a YouTube channel that's based on guns, I always get the same thing. Wow, we don't have that too much in New York. And I know that there was a couple of people that did start out in New York and might have left. And I don't really know too many people, so hopefully this will give me the opportunity to meet more people out there, and we can all try to commiserate together about the 2A laws in New York, and maybe together collectively we can change some things, right? The last time I did talk about this project, BUL, I just kind of like unboxed it. So there was a couple of things I want to like first talk about the BUL Armory Axe Tomahawk. I was expecting to get the newer version that was supposed to come out in the first to second quarter of this year. It never did. So I'm not sure what's going on with the axe line. I know they still have the cleaver, and they only have the cleaver that is the full size, you know, because everybody was going crazy over compacts. It's a good gun to actually conceal carry. I have a full-size axe from the 2022 version of it. Really cool gun. I want to kind of show you guys a couple of things. But first I want to talk about what I've been doing with this gun. Now, the interesting thing about me taking this gun out the first few times is that it was accurate. Loved it. Let's just make sure we can show you guys, right? This is it. We're going to check to see if it's clear, of course. Boom, nothing in there. No magazine. Anyway, when I took it out to the range, it was really accurate. Did a good job on actually firing this gun initially. I only put about 10, 15 rounds through it or something like that. After that, when I went the second time to try to like just put some more on, just to find out, you know, how much I really liked it, if I liked the way it shot. Problems. It had a couple of problems. It had a failure to feed, and I couldn't tell. It was just jamming. It was munching on bullets. Go again. What? You know, it wasn't just chewing on them, eating them. It was chewing and it just stopped, right? So I wasn't sure if it was the failure to eject, or failure to feed, at least every other round. And I was using Winchester.
It does not like Winchester. I do not know why.
Full metal jackets at the time. 115 grain. If nobody knows what that is, the grain are the unit that the powder is measured in. The 115 is like a standard one, or at least a lower, lighter bullet. They get a little higher after that. So speaking of that, that's what I ended up doing. I ended up buying different ammo because I reached out to BUL Armory immediately after I went out the second time, and it was just munching on stuff. Actually, I think I went out one more time, and they had my friend Anthony even shoot it, and he had some beautiful guns, but I had him shoot it, and that's when it really was starting to just jam on every other gun. Boom, boom, boom. It was clockwork. Thought it was a problem. So I called them up, I started an RMA process, and I did get it cleared to take back to them, or send back to them, but after speaking to BUL over at Empire and even my man Sean down in Florida, they need to be broken in. Now the guns that I have, at least the handguns, I've never had that issue with having to break in the gun. It just fired flawlessly, you know. So this was new to me, but I'm not a Glock person, and I wanted to get into understanding more about Glocks without getting a Glock. Because initially, I never really liked the way the Glocks felt. It felt really boxy to me. And as you can see, this has a square slide, but they did a good job of tapering the grips here. The stippling on the sides, I've heard people complain about. They're more aggressive in the newer one, but the ones in the front and the back, it really gives you a good grip. But I like the way this gun feels. So instead of sending it back, which still is pending, if I'm going to or not, I just started sending more rounds through it. And the last time I went, I had like 5 or 6 different types of bullets. Matter of fact, that's why I did not send it out, because I had different ammo, and I only had a problem with this. Well, not that I only had a problem with it. I decided a long time ago, based on just shooting ARs, there was an AR that I was shooting in particular, and also a 22 that I was shooting in particular, and they just did not like a certain type of round that I was putting through it, and they would jam. My daughter's Ruger 22 was having issues, and we changed the bullets. And once we changed the bullets to a different manufacturer, it liked it better. So I said, you know what? Let me take these guys' advice. Let me give it a really good chance before I actually sent it back to BUL Armory. The other reason was because I was told that once you send one of these guns back, or guns in general back, you don't know when you're getting them back. You know you will get them back, but you don't know at what timely fashion it might be. You know what I'm saying? 3 weeks ago, we were out at one of our ranges out here, and the whole crew was out there. The Empire family was out there. My daughter and me were out there. There was a few people out there. One of my boys came out there and only jammed once. Pretty good. So I said, all right, cool. I might be on the right track. Before the time that I was, like the next day I was going to send it out, I was out by myself, and I just put a whole bunch of rounds in it, and I had the different ammo, and it only jammed once. So last time I shot this was last week, and it started munching on stuff again. So even some of the heavier bullets, it does seem to like the heavier grain bullets a little bit better than what I was shooting. But I am going to take this out again. But before I do, I wanted to try to really get one of the upgrades that I was looking to do on this gun. You can look, mag, see that, right? Empty mag. Boom. All right. Lock it back. Beautiful. You got a fluted barrel here. You know what I'm saying? You have a port here. Serrations. It's really a nice gun, you know, it looks great, and I really want to shoot it. And you know, unlike my Springfield Armory Emissary 1911, this has slide cuts. So the first thing you want to do, hold on for a second, is get yourself an optic. You know what I mean? Red dot. And that is where this comes into play. Wow! Check it out, people. Holosun. Now, I wanted to first of all, when you're trying to find out what red dot you need, there's a couple of things you have to have as information. And this is for people who never had a gun and they want a gun. The reason I ended up starting this was because my knowledge of handguns, and rifles, and even shotguns, you know, came from a little bit of time spent and a lot of research. You know, I really ended up getting into guns, you know, building guns, firing guns, shooting guns, learning more about guns, and, you know, I think I'm going to end up being a collector of many guns. But so there's certain things you have to learn. And for instance, I want a red dot, or I want an optic that is a red dot. So what do I have to pay attention to? It's not that you could just take any red dot and just throw these on any type of handgun. There's different type of formats that you have to pay attention to. Let me stop saying there's different footprints or formats that you have to pay attention to. One of them is the footprint. So on this particular gun, it uses a RMR footprint. We're gonna go into the different types of footprint that exist on red dots, so you have a better understanding of what to try to outfit your gun with when it comes time to that. But for me, RMR, and my favorite RMR red dot, I have not really fired a lot of guns with multiple different types of red dots. I have shot enough with Holosun, and Holosun is a good option, and the reason it's a good option is because it's pretty price conscious, all right, opposed to some of the red dots that are out there that are costly. All right, so you have an RMR footprint. One of the favorites that I have shot is the RSO from TriggerCon, and I think that they're the ones that made the RMR footprint, if I'm correct. I hope I am. I don't want to give you guys false information, but this model right here is the Holosun 407C in green. So instead of having a red dot, there's a green dot. This I'm putting on this axe. So let's take a look at it. Now this is going to be for this camera, obviously. I haven't opened this yet, and I'm going to open it in front of you guys. So here we go. What's up? Come on, open it up. Boom, boom. Oh, this is nice. Last time I had a Holosun, it was on one of my rifles, so I didn't get this type of casing or anything. So we got Holosun. All right, you guys, maybe you can even, yeah. There you go. We got right? Cleaning cloth. It's important. We got these screws. I also have some blue Loctites in there. What else do we have? Let me show you all this. Can you see this? Is it possible? Can you see? Oh! I just dropped something. Thought I dropped something. Hope not. More screws. Oh, maybe it was. Holosun. Yeah, it was this. This is adjusting. This is so when we have to do the windage and the elevation. So when you put one of these on, here it goes. This is it. When you put one of these on, it's just not automatic. It doesn't just say, yeah, now I'm going to be able to hit any bullseye out there. It doesn't work like that. You got to adjust these. So you got the windage and you have the elevation. And you got to take a couple of shots and then adjust it accordingly for each one. I'm going to do that tomorrow morning. All right. So this right here is what we got. Now, I'm going to install this, but for some reason, I've been paying attention. You gotta pay attention when you do these things because the red dot is a separate thing, but you're not allowed to really show people how to install stuff. YouTube gets upset about it. You don't want to piss me right off. I need the views. I need the views. I don't need strikes. But anyway, we're gonna put this on and we're gonna see what this looks like in a few minutes. This is the plate. It comes with the BUL Armory Axe. We're gonna put that aside, and with the magic. So this is what we have, and now we have a Holosun.
I'll still make sure it's clear. We already know what the shit's on. Man, are you kidding me? So now this is what we call an upgrade to our BUL Armory Axe Tomahawk. Holosun 407C. Alright, now we just gotta make sure that we have battery in this piece. Man, please. Yeah, we definitely need to turn that back a little bit. Yeah, baby. Now, wow. Yeah, I don't know how well it is, how off it is, but can you guys see the green dot? Turn it up just a little. So now, there you go, the green dot, baby. Wow. What do you think? I'm hoping you guys think it's hot. I think it's hot, man. This is pretty dope. So I gotta get down on the range. And like I said, I've been having a little bit of issues with this, so keep feeding it some really cool ammo. Hopefully it'll didn't like that Winchester. So there you go, guys. This is an update to the BUL Armory Axe Tomahawk Project BUL. And I think it kind of looks cool, man. What do y'all think, man? I mean, come on, guys. That's a dope gun. That is a dope gun. Well, anyway, you guys, check this out. We're gonna have some more updates coming on this gun. I got some other surprises coming down the pipe. Please do me a favor, man. Subscribe. Smash that notification button and let's get it, man. I need a little bit more people to give me some feedback. Alright? Anyway, if you don't know, I love you. This is Iwannagun. Until the next time, peace.